Hi all. Excuse the angle, I've just got you propped up in front of my computer screen so that make it nice and quick and simple. This isn't going to be a long video. I'm just going to show you what I bought at the Southern Wall Show, and then at the end we've got some footage of Duncan walking around filming the stalls, which I've not actually watched all the footage myself yet, so hopefully it's okay. But it's kind of trying to film within quiet periods, which is not always easy to do. I didn't even make it around the whole show. Sunday was much quieter than the Saturday, but I still didn't manage to make it around to see everything. I managed to make it to the people I was aiming for, and that was it. So, because I was aiming for yarn from James Makes Things, or James Makes Yarns, and I was aiming for Gal from Made by Me, Gal, the lady I buy the bags off of, because I wanted a new bag. And then there was a moth repellent stall there, so it had sprays and satchels and things like that that I wanted to get to because my personal stock of wool I keep in the coopy holes here, and I have to try to keep moths away from them. All business stock is kept in plastic containers, so you can't see it, which is why I now have puzzles everywhere here, because as soon as moths started coming around, we shifted all the business stock into plastic containers so they were protected, but my yarn wasn't protected. So I was using lavender on the, you can just see there at one of the white ones, I made some clay diffusers. I was using lavender oil on them, which helps a little but not enough, so I wanted something more designed specifically for it, so I got that. So yeah, it was a really good event. I had a really good time. Tiring, I'm still very tired. I'm trying to pay catch up to messages and emails that I've missed and get this filmed, and I've had to order new stock to refill what I've missed. Some of the stuff I haven't been able to get off because my suppliers is out of stock of, so I'm going to have to come back to that in a few weeks, and hopefully they've got it back in stock, because some of it I sold out of, and so I do need it, but we'll have to wait and see. Duncan is going to spend the next umpteen weeks making crochet hooks because we sold so many that we've got to replace all of them and make more spares because people wanted more than we had. There will be some people contacting us with custom orders for colour versus sizing and things, and we had people asking for full-on sets, full kits of the crochet hooks, so we need to make enough now that we can sell them individually and selling them in sets. So Duncan's got a lot of work to do. I am going to attempt to try the lathe, and if I can work the lathe, I will also make crochet hooks, and Duncan will get a bigger lathe because he's planning on getting a bigger lathe to start making yarn bowls. So we need a bigger one anyway, so it makes sense that if I can manage to use the lathe, I will make the crochet hooks now on the small lathe while he makes yarn bowls and bigger items on the bigger lathe. Just have to wait and see how it goes. But we have to save for the bigger lathe, you know, these things don't come cheap. And I've needed to use all the money we've made this weekend to buy more yarn and mugs, and I needed bags, but they sold out of the bags at the sublimation place I buy from, so I've got to wait for them to come back in stock. Same with mugs, I need more because I'm out, but they had them in stock luckily, so I was able to order them. And then some of the yarn they had very low levels of, so I've ordered what I can, and I have to buy more if I need to after. The problem is I have to put a wholesale order in for the yarn, and I can't do 2 wholesale orders in a month, so I might have to go with a little light on some yarns for the next show. But I was light on some yarns for this show, and it was still enough yarn, so it doesn't matter. You know, it's not like I'm running out of stock. I just don't have as much as I would like, so there's less options. I need to get the advent calendars started dyeing, so I've ordered the yarn for that, and I need to get more of the mini skein, neon rainbow mini skein boxes. If you've seen my Instagram, you would have seen those up at the stall. They sold well, so I need to get more of them made. So there's a lot of mini skeins I've got to make over the next couple of months. which we do buy them in 100 grams and turn into mini skeins. So there's a lot of rewinding the yarn, because I don't know of anywhere yet that I can get my merino and silk that I use in mini skein form. I can only get it in 100 grams or in cones. So at the moment I just buy it in his 100 gram skeins, dye that up, and then separate it off into the minis and create 5 packs at a time. Which is a little on the expensive side, but worth it in the long run, you know. But anyway, let's see what I got. So I knew, as I said, I knew I wanted to go to James Makes Things or James Makes Yarn, because I really, really wanted some of his yarn. I've been eyeing that up for so long on his Instagram, but I never get around to buying any. So I was determined I was going to buy some this time round. So I'd gone for one skein, but I hadn't decided which one. So I decided on buying 2 skeins, and then I turned around to pay and spotted another skein that was just so pretty and so lovely that I had to buy it. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, and then James said that he'd recently made his friend a cowl with it, and I actually do need a new cowl, so I bought it. So the first skein I chose and picked is this one. How pretty is that? This is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon 4-ply finger and weight sock yarn. Colorway Tamagotchi. 100 grams has 425 meters, and it's hand wash. So yeah, James Makes Yarn. This is info on the back there. I have no idea if that's going to be reversed for you. I will have it tagged down in the description, so that you can get to it anyway. But yeah, this is the first one. So this, again, will be new socks for me. But then right next to it was this one. And look at that. Isn't that so pretty? So I had to get that as well. And this, again, this one is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. And it's sock fingering weight, zebra, colorway Tamagotchi. So same colorway, but this is the zebra base because of the black and white thing in it. But they're so pretty, aren't they? I couldn't say no because I needed them. But yeah, and then I turned around and I saw this. This is so soft and so squishy, and you just kind of want to go into it. There's just, you can't explain how soft and squishy this is. It's just so good. This is his teddy yarn, I think he called it. This is tag. And this is 30% superfine alpaca, 70% Highland wool, non-superwash. He calls it the Chunky Teddy Bear, and the colourway is Malibu Barbie. And you get 80 meters per 100 grams. So it should make me a nice little cowl, but it's so soft, so squidgy, and I love it. So yeah, this is what I got from James Makes Yarn, or James Makes Things. I think is it might be his Instagram is James Makes Things, but his website is James Makes Yarn. But I'll have it all tagged down. What I'll probably do is tag his Instagram, and then you can see everything from there. And then if you want to go to his website, you'll be able to get to it from his Instagram. That's probably going to be the best bet. So yeah, that was my main aim to get to. And then my second main aim was to get to Gal for another one of her wonderful bags. If you remember, I love these bags because they pop open at the top, which means I can pop it around my wheelchair arm, and it stays on. It can't fall off. The way my arm is, it's slotted in between the bars, so it can't slide forward and fall off. So this is the third bag I have from her now. You can actually see the other two just in the background there. The first one was the yellow and pink one. Second one I got in the summer wool was the green one, and now I got this. And that means that I now have one for my personal socks and things that I make, one for my test knits when I'm doing test patterns for socks and wrist warmers, and one when I'm making up known samples or just another project on the go. So I have 3 of her wonderful bags now, and this is made by me, Lovely by Gal, or I think it's made by Gal on her Instagram. Again, I'll have it linked down so you can find it. But I love her bags, and I always go for these little popper ones. But I also noticed she did little cases for scissors. And I needed some new cases for scissors. And Duncan, bless him, when he was doing the filming, actually bought me one. So I have this lovely little popper case for scissors to put my scissors in. And inside here is another thing I bought. So these didn't come from Gal. I actually can't remember the name of the store I bought them from. If I can work it out, I'll link it in the description. But I bought myself 3 new pairs of scissors. Now these are nice little cute scissors. So we got a green and yellow, blue and white, and a pink. Because that was the colour options. I got one of each, and I needed more scissors. I have one small pair, but I'd rather keep scissors in each project bag, so I needed more anyway. But by pure coincidence, I now have a pink pair to go with my pink and yellow bag. I now have a green pair to go with my green bag. And I now have a blue pair to go with my blue bag. So I do need to get cases for all of these scissors. But I'm probably going to end up making my own at some point, because these are small scissors. I've got all 3 in there and there's still plenty of room. So I want to... And my other scissor case I got is also... which I had made by a friend from local... she does embroidery things, so she makes me this one. But the scissors I got on there, again, they're so much smaller than the bag. They're literally the size of the embroidery thing. So I want something smaller to hold them in. So I will make myself smaller cases for these ones. And then my bigger scissors I use will end up going in the bigger ones eventually. But for now, this holds them all in nice and neatly. But yeah, so that's the bag that I got from the thing. Did I show you the back? It's plain orange on the back. And then orange and blue on the front. And it's just so pretty. The first one I got, the pink and yellow, and this one don't have pockets in. The green one has a little pocket on the inside, which I really like. But I don't mind not having pockets. You can hold plenty in there anyway. It's a pretty good size in there. So you can get a lot on it. You know, and it just sits nicely on your arm, so when you're out and about. So I'm absolutely in love with everything I bought. Just put them up there a minute. And then the last thing I got, as I said, I wanted the moth repellent, so I've just got these, which are satchels to put into my QPLs. They last up to 6 months. They're natural base blended with essential oils, Mei Chang, lavender, cedarwood, patchouli, laurel, rosemary, thyme and clove bud. So much more potent than just the lavender that I've been using. And these are by Total Wardrobe Care. Again, I'm pretty sure they had an Instagram, so I will link it down below. But they had room sprays, they had these little sachets, they had drawer sheets, they had little wooden round bead type things to put in things. They had all different options, but I thought I'd try these first and see how they go, because that's easier in my little coopy holes than trying to put a drawer sheet down or something. But yeah, so that's everything that I bought. So I think I did quite well. I didn't buy too much, but it was a really good show as always. I had a really good time. I'm just very shattered right now. I had my craft group yesterday, and I just took my needle felting to do. I think I showed on the live. Yeah, I showed on my last live the little pumpkin that I made. I made a second pumpkin, but the bag must be over there somewhere. I'll show you that another time on my next live. I made a second pumpkin. By the time you see me next, I'll probably have a whole bunch more pumpkins done, because I plan on making loads of them and kitting my house out in them, because I love them. But that's all I did, because I was too tired to do anything. Today I've been doing orders of the yarn that I need, and the sublimation supplies that I need, and the new tags that I need, and everything else I need to get restocked up. I sold so many of my stitch markers, the little yarn skein ones that I use making with the scrap yarns. I sold loads and loads of them, so I've got to get a whole bunch more of them made before the next show. And sold a bunch of the charm and the beaded ones, so I need to get them replaced. I actually already have a bunch of spare. The charm ones, that's just going to literally refill the turner, but the beaded ones, I need to make to replace a bunch of the sizes. I only have small spare ones left, none of the bigger beads, so I've got to make a bunch more of them. And yeah, I have to make a bunch more of the yarn skein ones because I'm fully out of a whole bunch of the colours, because I have them in a rainbow order, and some of the colours I have no spares whatsoever left, and I've had to fill in on the spinny thing with a bunch of other colours just so it didn't look empty. So I need to go through, work out how many of each one I need to make to refill it properly, and then I have to make enough to have spare. I did have a whole section of each spare, and they're all gone, and so is some from the section, so I've got to redo them. So I'll get doing them at some point. I might do them on a live, see how we feel. But yeah, so I've got a few things to get done, but it's worth doing. I'm just very tired. And we'll keep doing it. My official next wool show isn't until December, when I do the Christmas wool show up in Birmingham, also run by the people who do the summer and the southern that I've done already, Nick and Natasha. They do an amazing job. I love doing their shows. They do one in Leeds, but I don't go to that one. I actually do the Sodbury yarn over at the same time they're doing their Leeds one, which I am doing again next year as official. Forms are all filled in, so looking forward to that. Been applying for some other wool shows, and I've got some more to apply for ready for next year, so fingers crossed. Been waitlisted on 2 other wool shows I tried for this year and for next year. But waitlisting is the way to go. You get known to them and eventually you'll move up that waitlist, so we'll keep applying every year, see how it goes, you know. But yeah, there's a few to do. There's a new one that I'm going to apply for. I think they call it the Northwest Wool Show. I can't remember now. I'd have to have a look. It's near Blackpool. Yeah, somewhere near Blackpool. Might be in Blackpool. Can't remember. But I'm going to apply for that one and see. And if I don't get into it, I might go visit it just to check it out. Just have to wait and see. There is another new show that starting up in Shrewsbury, but it's only a 1-day show, so I'm not going to bother applying for that one. It's too far to go for a 1-day show. Only do 2-day shows if they're much further away. So officially at the moment I only have 1 wool show this year, and I have 1 wool show booked in already for next year. But I will be applying for the summer and the southern wool show again next year, and fingers crossed I'll get in again. But you can never guarantee. They change up each year, so you just have to wait and see. And then I have 2 smaller shows, not proper wool shows. In November I have a Wow Woman show, which is actually in my local village hall, so that's nice and local. I don't tend to do small shows much anymore, but this is one that they've asked me several years in a row if I wanted to do it, and I've not had the time because I've been doing other things. So this year I managed to find the time to get into one of their shows, and as it's local, I mean, I get to meet other local people, they get to know me and know my products, so it's good advertising even if it's not a big money earner, you know. So it's just gonna be a nice day. And then I have also in November Wiltshire Makers show in Wilton in Michael Herbert's hall. I've done that one before as well, and it does okay. It's nice. Again, it's a localish one, so people who used to come to me at the Salisbury Street Sellers come to me to buy their stuff at that sort of show. But that's probably the last time I'm going to do that one, because come next year I'm probably going to drop all small shows unless it's something that I really want to do for not just selling, but because I want to go to the event. Like I'm doing the folk festival again next year, the one that I did 1st of June this year, which is done at the local rifle museum here. The folk festival was just so laid back, so relaxed, and they had marvellous dancing and really nice music, and it was just a lovely event. So I'd want to go to the event anyway, so I might as well take my stock along and see what I can sell while I'm there. It was really good last year. This year rather, it was the first one they ever done, and we didn't know whether we'd sell anything. You know, people were going for the music, but actually we did really well. So we're doing it again this year. And I'm looking forward to it. We're doing it again next year, so I've already signed up this year. I'm so tired, I'm getting everything mixed up. I've already done it this year. I signed up already to do it for next year. But yeah, so that's going to be good. So yeah, there's going to be very few small events from now on. It might be that the folk festival's the only one I do next year, I don't know. It just depends on fitting things in. The folk festival falls in one of my normally quieter periods, so it just gives me something to go to that's a nice day out. But yeah, that's about it. So I'm gonna go, and I will have the footage that Duncan filmed for me going around the wall show. He filmed on the Sunday, so much quieter, but it was still people around, so you know, he tries not to film people too much, but there's only so much you can avoid. But yeah, I'm gonna look and see if there's any more videos out from other YouTubers. There was several other YouTubers there filming or visiting while we were vending. I met one of them, Little Drops of Wonderful, whose name I've completely forgotten. I'm so sorry, I'm terrible with names. But I finally got to meet her. I actually have been following her and watching her videos for a little while, and when she come to my store and asked if she could film, and I said yeah, that's fine. It's like I recognise her, but I'm not sure where I recognise her from. And then she said what a YouTube channel was. I'm like, that's how I know you. So yeah, she might have a video out already, I don't know, but do go and check her out. I mean, she's much bigger than me, so you probably already know her, but I will have her tagged down in the description anyway. And I can't remember the name of the other person who was there. I watched her video yesterday. She's already got her video out and I've forgotten her name. I'm so bad. Terribly bad. But if you just do a search in YouTube for Southern Wall Show, it comes up, so you'll find it. But I'm gonna go. I need a drink, and I think I'm chatted out. It's only been 22 minutes and I'm already chatted out. So I'm gonna go. I will see you all maybe later on in the week for a live, or next week for a live, depending on when I wake up properly again. So you all take care. Bye bye.
Just coming up here as you were walking away from that.
You can't have the colours on that one, unfortunately. It's not really because we don't have that one here. There's 20 now colours.
a bigger one, unless it's in the
I think they're anthropology original.
They're very
Would it appeal to me? If you ever need that. Thank you. I think when people getting lollipops.
Yeah. Let's just together. Also, the clay forms.
taken over for housing estates. Yeah.
Like the village hall, which is
Quite an interesting lady. Quite small.